Hey guys, what's happening? This is Forgo Nation, and we're just going to get right into it, you guys. As you see, I tier 3'd Quicksilver. Had to do it, man. I love Quicksilver, and I just want to see what this guy can do. So what we're going to do today is, we're not going to push him as high as we can today. We just want to see if this uniform improves his damage, and we want to see the difference between the tier 3 and tier 2 damage as well. I had a request for that, and I thought that was a really good idea. So let's just dive right on into it. Now, as far as his tier 3, his stat bumps, he did get a 7,700 increase on his physical attack, which isn't bad, not awesome, not fantastic, but he is a speed character and they generally don't get high attack stats when they go from tier 2 to tier 3. And his HP improved by 8,400, which again isn't too bad. So right now, my Quicksilver at tier 3 has 30,000 physical attack. He has max attack speed, 45 crit rate, about 197 critical damage, more or less max ignore defense, and max skill cooldown. Take a look at his gears. Of course, all his gears are 25. He has all 5-star Urus and all amplified slots. And all of his gears are at 6. And you take a look at his tier 3. It's got the stun, decrease all speed, 20% ignore defense. The increased damage by 100% for one attack is really what I want to look at, especially for the PvE players. Plus, it gives him a 5-second invincibility, which can be debuffed, and it removes all debuffs for 5 seconds, which is awesome. And we got ignore target dodge rate by 80%, which is pretty insane. Something about it, though, guys, it doesn't have ignore iframe. From all my testing, it doesn't have it, which kind of sucks. I wish it did. It would make him even better, but that's not to say he isn't a good tier 3. He is. He's pretty damn strong. He gets a pretty good damage bump, in my opinion. Now, as far as the uniform, let's take a look at go to the uniform here. As far as the uniform effect, he increases his chain hit damage by 10% when attacking. Now, I have a CTP of energy on old boy because that 10% chain hit damage is going to synergize really well with his chain hit damage from his CTP of energy. And as you look here, we have 4 skill changes. We got the 2 skill, which decrease all speed. We really don't care about that. We got the 3 skill here, which gives him this damage accumulation. He already had that. And he still has a 10% recovery of max HP, which is pretty awesome. Sorry, buddy, not right now. And he has the just text here, and then the 5, which is just some text. Now let's go ahead and preview these skills. So the only skill they didn't change was the 1. Okay, so you have the 5 skill here, which pretty much looks almost identical. There is some extra damage, looks like there's a little bit more going on there, some more hits. Then we got the 4. Pretty much the same old thing, but again, it looks like there's a little bit more hits going on. And then the 2. The 2 is definitely different. However, the 2, in your rotation, guys, if you use that 2 before the 5 and the 4, say you use the 2, 5, 4 in your rotation, that 2 will trigger your damage proc. So if you're running with the damage proc, that 2 really isn't going to help you that much. Now, if you're running with a CTP of Rage, maybe it would then, but I don't know, guys. I don't really think he needs a CTP of Rage. That 4 skill is the skill you want all the damage on, combined with the 5, and honestly, it's a long animation, so I don't think he's really going to benefit that much from having a Rage. He might a little bit. The 1, pretty much the same old, and then we got the 3, that pretty much looks like the same old thing. Comes down, does a big old punch. Now let's get his tier 3 off cooldown here real quick. Now let's take a look at that tier 3. Oh, I got the SFX animation off. Whoops. Let's turn that on real quick. My bad, guys. My bad. So let's get out of here. Let's turn the SFX animation on. See, where are you at? There we go. Turn that on. Now let's take a look at old Quicky's skills here real quick. There's tier 3 anyways. Okay, so let's get all these off cooldown real quick. There's that 5. Now we can actually see the cinematic view. I did run with the SFX animation off though for the gameplay, guys. I like seeing what's going on, so I usually just turn that crap off. As cool as it is, I like to see what's going on. So we're going to hit that 5. There, all right, now our tier. Now let's watch that tier 3. Let's check this sucker out. Wait for all this to stop. Lots of debris that just keeps falling down. That's pretty cool. All them cars flying around. Now let's hit the tier 3. Now initially when I saw this tier 3, I was a little disappointed. You know, he does this little spin kick. It's okay, but that thing does some pretty damn good damage. I do have to say, man, that thing's got some pep behind it. It's a very quick skill, but that sucker can deal quite a bit of damage, as you guys will see. Now, I went ahead and fully awakened his ISO 8 set, and even for the tier 2 build, guys, he had a fully awakened ISO 8 set. And then I also had the CTP of energy on his tier 2 and for the tier 3. So as far as your damage comparisons, when we're seeing the difference between the uniforms at level 70, they got the exact same builds, and when we see the tier 3 to the tier 2, they have the exact same builds. It's just one's tier 3 and one's tier 2. And the uniform is just at normal. I always like to compare the old mythic uniform to the new normal uniform. That way you get a real idea, because you always have to take into account power creep. If a uniform comes in 6 months to a year or longer prior to a new uniform coming into the game, they really need to step it up as far as their damage, or step it up in some kind of way, whether it's PvP. But I prefer damage, you know, as far as I'm concerned. I want to see a lot more damage. So that's what we're going to do. So first thing we're going to do, guys, again, is we're going to start off with tier 2. We're going to do it with the purple uniform. Then we're going to do it with this new awesome looking uniform that we got going on here. And aesthetically, I do think this thing does look better. But that's not why we always buy uniforms, is it? And then we're going to do a tier 3. This is all going to be against Thanos. So let's rock and roll. Okay guys, so for the tier 2 comparisons, we're just going to be using She-Hulk and Coulson. We're going to use the exact same team for all of these runs, so we actually see the damage comparisons accurately. We're not going to use any strikers. And for the tier 2, we're going to be doing stage 20. Now, one thing to keep in mind when you're doing these kind of comparisons, especially when you're running with a damage proc, is when does the damage proc engage? Does it engage at the very beginning of the force skill? Because if it does, you're going to do more damage. Does it come late? You're going to do less damage. So that's something to always keep in mind. And also whether or not Thanos goes into an iframe. All these things affect damage. Now, so far, we've hit the damage proc right on the money. Well, it did come a little late in that first time, but we are hitting it on the floor. And with both uniforms, I do the same rotation. 5, cancel into the 4, damage proc on the 4. Then 1, cancel into 3, let the 3 play out. He comes down, does his punch. Then I wait a moment, and then I hit the 5, go back into the 4. And it's pretty simple, guys. And we're just going to run this down to the phase where the all defense down doesn't apply, even though we don't have all defense down. And I didn't want to make this video too long, guys, so that's why we're just doing it against Thanos. And also Thanos, there's no resistances. There's nothing to really change our damage. You know, we're going to do... This is an accurate way of testing our damage. Now there, I think the damage proc did come a little late. I'm not sure I actually got it. I don't think I did. So that's one time the damage proc didn't engage. There, we definitely got it. And so far, Thanos has win or no iframes. Okay, there he went an iframe. So one iframe for Thanos and a missed damage proc with the purple uni. Alright, so here we go. Come on now. Alright, doing good. Okay, so we hit the damage proc every time except once, and Thanos went an iframe once. So let's look at the time. We got 3 minutes and 26 seconds, guys. So, with the purple uni, he did the first 2 phases in 1 minute and 34 seconds. So let's see how he does with the new uniform. Okay, so now we have the new uniform equipped, guys. And again, we missed the proc once with the purple uni, and Thanos went an iframe once. So let's see what happens in this run. Okay, so we're going to hit our 5-4. There's that damage proc. Good, good, good. Damage proc did hit on the 4, so we're good. 1-3. And again, guys, if I throw in that 2, man, it really does trigger that proc early. And you don't want that, man. You're going to... I mean, the 2 does do more damage compared to what it did before with the other uniform. But if it's going to trigger that proc early, I don't see the point in using it myself. Screw that. It might be more useful in PvP, but as far as PvE, at this point, I just don't think so. But I haven't had a tremendous amount of time to test it. Now, so far, we've hit the damage proc every single time. We're doing really, really good here. There's the damage proc. Awesome, guys. So, again, in the first phase, No missed damage procs. Thanos didn't go in no iframe. So far, this new uniform's got the advantage as far as the run goes. And remember, we finished the other run with the purple uni in 1 minute and 34 seconds. So actually, I think we missed the proc a little bit there. I do think we didn't get it there. So yeah, it doesn't look like the damage was really that great. There, we definitely hit it. Definitely hit it there. Good lord, that was a lot of damage. There we go. Okay, so that Thanos went into an iframe. So that's 1 iframe for each run. A missed damage proc for each run. And there's our damage proc. So the exact same, guys. Just a matter of when the damage proc started and stopped. So 3 minutes and 33 seconds, guys. So pretty much like he did it 6-7 seconds faster, which is an improvement. So if I had to guess, this uniform will probably add, just by equipping it, maybe a 1 world boss ultimate stage. Maybe 2 if you're lucky. I mean, if you rank it up to Mythic, it might gain 3 world boss ultimate stages. So in my opinion, that's not really worth it unless he's going to be more useful in PvP. And that's really just going to pertain to certain players. So I don't really know, guys. So let's run him in at tier 3 and see what he does. So now comes the question, is he worth tier 3ing? And that's going to be completely up to you guys. As far as I think, yes, man. We're doing 5 stages higher, stage 25 with the exact same team. No strikers, no change in the build. The only thing that has been changed is he's tier 3 now. That's the only thing. And, you know, you see me throwing that 2 there. I mean, I try to get it in there, guys, but man, you got to be real careful with that thing. And he is a lot stronger. I mean, 5 stages higher against Thanos is quite a bit. It's quite a bit. That's quite a bit. So against Corvus, you're looking at 8 to 10 stages higher, maybe even more. So, yeah, guys, I mean, it's a pretty big improvement. That tier 3 is pretty damn sweet, so it's really just going to depend on you. I don't know if he's going to be major OP. I don't think he's going to be beating Deadpool as far as the meta against World Boss, but I do think he's going to do very, very well. I mean, stage 25 might not look like much, but remember, we're just using She-Hulk. We're not using Nick Fury. We're not using any strikers. We could go quite a bit higher than this. And I always try to hit the 5 before the tier 3 to get all that residual damage from the 5 while we're doing the tier 3 and get that damage proc all at once. And man, that seems to work out pretty damn awesome. I mean, look at that thing. It's pretty vicious, guys. That thing does quite a bit of damage. I mean, and Quicksilver, I don't know. I mean, it could be just me, but he seems easier to play. Now, let's look at the time. 3 minutes and 36 seconds, guys. So, yeah, he gained 5 stages. 5 stages just by tier 3ing him against Thanos. And remember, Thanos is way harder than Corvus or Proxima. So, against Corvus and Proxima, he's probably going to gain 8 to 10 stages. And that's quite a bit. That's pretty significant, if you ask me. Especially considering that he was already ridiculous to begin with. I mean, this guy could already do stage 70 against Corvus at tier 2 with the purple uniform. So, yeah, man. I would not be surprised if he can do stage 80 against Corvus. Maybe even better on some accounts. We'll have to wait and see. But, man, he is quite a bit stronger at tier 3. As far as the uniform, guys, you know, it's completely subjective, you know. I haven't got to test it a whole lot, but I do think the uniform feels a little smoother. But I don't think it's... If you already have the purple uniform, and I just keep calling it purple because I like just saying that. But if you already have that, I don't really see the need in having Quicksilver's new uniform. I really don't, guys. He's going to be freaking amazing with that other uniform at tier 3. He just doesn't need this. The rotation's pretty much the same thing, you know. And as far as rotations, guys, I mean, I just hit the 5-4. And then I hit the 1-3, and then I hit 5-4, 1-3 again. And then after that, I'll hit the 5, and then the tier 3. And you're trying to put the damage proc on the tier 3 and on the 4th skill. It's a pretty simple rotation, man. I mean, he's pretty vicious. Now, I don't want to finish this fight because I just tier 3'd this guy. So now, I need to start working on getting speed books. So Corvus is going to be my world boss of the day for a while. And yeah, guys, like, I mean... Look at that tier. Look at that thing. Oh, whoa, whoa, stop. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. So, guys, you can see that he can go way higher than this. Way higher. I mean, different team, strikers. I mean, he's going to destroy this. But I didn't want to try to show his damage off in this video. I just wanted to show you guys the difference in damage between level 70, tier 2, uniform to uniform, and tier 2 to tier 3 damage. That's really all I wanted to showcase. So guys, let me know what you'd like to see the next video, or who you would like to see it about. And let me know what you think about Quicksilver. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.